Good morning, kids. Today is a really big day for you in your education. We are tackling our very first division lesson. And I know that we're only in lesson 4 of third grade, but multiplication and division are very closely related. In fact, they're so closely related, we call them inverse operations. It's kind of like addition and subtraction are the same thing, moving forwards and backwards. Um, Multiplication and division are the same thing, moving forwards and backwards. They have the same parts. In multiplication, you have a number of groups times the size of the group to give you the total number of items. In division, you have a total number of items and you divide by either the number of groups or the size of each group to get the other factor. So division is basically just starting with the whole and finding one of the missing factors. Um, so your assignment today is to work on lesson 4 problem set in your green book, and you need to complete it. Here, I'll give you a little breakdown of how it works. We've got in item number 1, there's a total number of items here, and they divide them equally into 2 groups. That's key. They have to be equal number of items in each group for it to be division. So we've got 14 flowers are divided into 2 equal groups. There are blank flowers in each group. Okay, so let's think about what's going on here. We've got a total or a product of 14, and we're dividing by 2 groups. Okay, so the thing that we don't know is how many are in each group. So we could be thinking, okay, I've got 2 groups times something gives me 14 things. So 2 times something is 14. And when I think of 2 times, I think of doubles facts. So do you know a doubles fact that might get you to 14? You know, the easiest way to do it when the numbers are small is to just count what's in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But as you get more experience and more practice, you should start recognizing that we could say 14 divided by 2 equals 7. There are 7 flowers in each group. It gets a little more complicated here because the numbers start getting bigger and the groups are also more numerous. So here we've got 28 books are divided into 4 equal groups. So again, they give you the total number of items and they give you the number of groups. So the missing part in this equation is the size of each group. They're asking you to divide the total number of books by the number of groups to get the size of each group. Now they start switching it up a little bit here in number 3. You've got 30 total apples are divided into blank equal groups. Okay, so now they're forcing you here to look at the picture and see how many groups are there to divide the apples into. So I see 1 group, 2 groups, and 3 groups. Now they ask you, now that you know that part, you've got 30 total apples divided into 3 equal groups. So how many are in each group? So another way to look at that would be 3 times something equals 30. All right, in the coffee mugs here, they don't give you any information. Everything is in the picture. Okay, everything is in the picture. So they want you to write in the total number of cups. So this would be the product in in a multiplication problem all together, the total number, and then divide it into how many groups do you see? Okay, I see a group above the line and a group below the line. And then how many groups are there in each cup? And then now they're starting to help you relate it to a division problem. We're starting with the total. We're dividing by the number of groups to give us the size of each group. All right, and now they start skipping that step where they tell you what they're asking you for, and they just show you the picture here. And so you can see we've got an array of teddy bears, and it's organized neatly. Um, and it says there are blank toys in each group. Okay, so that means the total number divided by the number of groups equals how many toys are in each group. And then they take the words away altogether. Now we're looking at the total number of things divided by the group, the number of groups, to give us the size of each group. Now we've got some word problems. We just have to make sure in word problems, we just have to visualize, make sure we completely understand the problem. We can use that RDW strategy, the read, draw, write strategy, but the main thing is you truly understand what's going on in the situation and what they're asking you, okay? So we've got a person here named Audrina. Audrina has 24 colored pencils. She puts them into 4 equal groups, all right? So I see a group, a group, a group, a group. They tell me every group is equally sized. How many colored pencils are in each group? Well, it's nice to have this picture here. So they did a drawing for you, a drawing of the groups for you. And now we can look down here and see, okay, we've got 24 total things divided by 4 equal groups. So how many things are in each group? There are blank colored pencils in each group. In number 8, they ask you to do a little bit more of the drawing work for the problem. So Charlie picks 20 apples, okay, so that gives you the total. He divides them equally between 5 baskets. Okay, that's interesting. So we know we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 baskets. So, but we don't know how many apples go into each basket. We're not sure about that. So when it asks us to draw the apples into each basket, we don't know what number to start with. Okay. Here's a good strategy. I call it the distribution strategy. So what you could do is you could put an apple into each basket and count up to 20. So it would go I wouldn't draw full apples either because it's easy to lose your focus if you're spending your time focusing on the neatness of the little green leaf on top of the apple. In math drawings, it's probably better to use a symbol like a circle or a little stick. So just so you can go with quickness and keep your focus on the numbers. We are trying to draw 20 apples and distribute them into 5 baskets. Distribute just means one at a time until you're done. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've distributed 5 apples. Every basket has 1 in it. We go back to the first basket and we start counting at 6 because we've already done 5. Okay, so we add another little stick or circle, whichever you're choosing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've distributed 10 apples into 5 baskets, and each basket has 2 apples in it now. So now we can go here and start at 11. Continue distributing. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we've got 15 total apples in the baskets, and each basket has 3 apples in it right now. So we're going to count starting at 16. We're going to start put our another apple in here, and we're counting up until we get to 20 because that's all the apples he has. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have to stop there. We just use the distribution strategy, and inside of each of these baskets, you should have a total of 4 apples. Okay. Remember that distribution strategy, it comes in handy as we work through these division problems. So here in this equation, remember 20 divided by the number of groups gives you the number of items in each group, or 20 divided by the number of items in each group gives you the number of groups. Okay. Um, and the last problem that you have to face today is Chelsea collects butterfly stickers. The picture shows how she placed them in her book. Write a division sentence to show how she equally grouped her stickers. Okay, so there are blank butterflies in each row. Okay, remember, rows are side to side, they're horizontal. Okay, so how many butterflies are in each horizontal row? So we've got a row, another row, another row, another row, and another row. So how many items, which is butterflies, are in each row? And then we start with the total in division. You start with the whole number of items in all the groups put together, and you're dividing by the number of items in each row to get the number of rows. Okay, that's what they're asking you. They want to know how many um, groups she has altogether in this problem. Now, if you wrote it the other way and put the total number of items divided by the number of rows to get the number of butterflies in each row, that would be okay with me. But just to try to focus on what they're asking you to do, they're asking you to write a division sentence to show how she equally grouped her stickers. So they want you to end up with the number of equal groups. Um, okay, so welcome to division. It's a long road ahead, but it's an exciting road, and I wish you luck. And as we work our way through this, if you have questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to ask. Good luck on this assignment. If you get finished and you have extra time, work on the lesson 4 not exit ticket. Sorry, that's what my book looks like, but yours is different. Work on the lesson 4 homework to get some more repetitions with these types of problems. All right. Good luck. Enjoy your math today.